Chapter 13. The Fire. In the week that followed, my master and mistress were to visit their friends who lived around 50 miles from our home. James harnessed Ginger and me to the carriage. We drove 32 miles on the first day. James drove carefully and we passed some tough hills without getting tortured. He never failed to apply the brakes as we traveled downhill and saw to it that our feet were laid on the smooth part of the road. We were made to rest along the road if the uphill was too extensive, so that we soon got our breath back and continued the journey without much strain. A little bit of common sense and sensitivity on the part of a groom can do wonders for the performance of a horse. When it was night, we stopped at a large hotel in the marketplace. The old hostler cleaned us at the speed of lightning. He was excellent at his job, and we later learned that he had been working with horses for the past 40 years. He had been a jockey for many years. Unfortunately, he had met with an accident which broke his knee and made him unfit for the job of a jockey. However, he continued to work with horses as he could not even bear the idea of living without them. James and the old hostler continued to talk until another hostler had cleaned Ginger. He, the second hostler, then brought us some corn, and James and the old man left the stable together. The evening, the second hostler ushered in the horses of another traveler. While the second hostler cleaned the horse, a young man named Dick, as we learned later, came lolling about the stable with a pipe in his mouth. The second hostler asked him to fetch some hay from the loft upstairs. He cautioned him to keep his pipe aside. Dick brought the hay and laid it down. Later that night, James stepped into our stable before he retired for the night, and after that the door of the stable was locked. Soon we all fell asleep. I do not know how long I had slept, but I woke up as I felt a lot of discomfort, and soon enough I was choking. I could hear Ginger coughing too. It was dark, but I could feel that the stable was full of smoke. We could hardly breathe, and we were growing restless with each passing moment. The trapdoor was open and a low crackling noise came through it. I was trembling with fear when the second hostler came rushing into the stable with a lantern and untied the horses and tried to lead them out. Silly thought it may seem. We did not go with him. It was because he himself seemed so scared and hurried that we just couldn't put our trust in him this moment of thrill. On the contrary, he frightened me further, having failed to drag us out of the lift. And soon the old hostler came and, with prompt quietness and poise, he got one horse out. At the same time, I heard James' voice, as quiet and cheery as usual. He gently tied a scarf over my eyes. Then, patting me and talking to me with a lot of reassurance, he led me out of the stable. No sooner had he handed me over to the boardman's care than he dashed into the stable for the other horses. I was revealed to be a safe and Winnie. Ginger confessed I later had she not heard this Winnie, she might not have got the courage to move out of the stable. A little while after James led Ginger out of the stable, the fire engine arrived. 2 horses galloped into the enclosure with the heavy engine behind them. The firemen rushed to put off the infro, and soon everything was under control. But the shrieks of the 2 horses, which could not be saved, filled the silence of the night. All because Dick entered the stable with a pipe in his mouth. One careless action on the part of a man had charged 2 horses to death. I wish everyone had followed my coachman John Manley's rule that a pipe was banned in the stable. Pure common sense could prevent disasters.